What's going on, Delay Game viewers? Welcome to another edition of Darrian's Corner, man. And this week I cannot lie, not rocking any Cowboys gear because we took a pretty bad loss to the Cardinals. So I just went ahead and threw on some Broadway team gear, and we got a pretty big home game this week against Spotswood. So y'all wish us luck, man. And we're not going to waste too much time getting into this video. So first thing we're going to see offensively from the Detroit Lions, we are in a 12 personnel set. So what that's going to entail is one running back here, 2 wide receivers here, 2 tight ends here. Then you have your 5 offensive linemen and your 1 quarterback, of course. So defensive personnel wise, we are going to be in a 4-2-5 nickel set, and the formation is going to be called big nickel because we have our third safety walk down in the box. So when I say third safety, getting into the whole personnel, that would be 1 corner here, 2 corners here, 1, 2, 3 safeties, 1, 2 linebackers, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive linemen. All right, so getting into the concept from the offense, first thing you're going to see is a trade motion from the wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is going to put the Lions into a twin set with the tight ends opposite. Concept-wise, they're going to run a play-action stretch, and the pass concept is basically called a deep levels concept. So if we can draw that out for you really quick, what you're going to see is a fake stretch action here from Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to carry back over to this side of the formation to the flats for the first level of the levels concept. You're going to see this wide receiver run a 10-yard drag here for the second level of the levels concept. This tight end, Samuel Porter, is going to run a 15-yard post or deep over route, depending on what you want to call that. And this tight end here is going to run a 2-yard OTB, which stands for over the ball. It's just going to run here and sit down. So getting into the defensive concept a little bit here, we're going to initially see the Falcons are showing 2 high man coverage. So in 2 high man coverage out of this set, you would have had this corner manned on this receiver, this corner manned on this receiver. This safety who's walked down in the box again will be manned on this tight end. These 2 safeties will be responsible for splitting the field over the top, and these 2 linebackers here and here will be responsible for a combo coverage on this running back. Whichever way the running back goes, left or right, that linebacker will pick him up in man, and then the other one will drop into a middle hook zone to help on anything coming across. So let's get into how these 2 concepts meshed against each other. So again, we'll see the trade motion from Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to put the Lions into a twin set with the opposite tight ends. The Falcons are going to counter by walking this safety down into the box and autoing into a single high man coverage. So what that's now going to entail is man coverage here, man coverage here on this corner. The safety who walked down into the box is now responsible for this tight end. Number 20, the other safety who followed Amon-Ra St. Brown would have still had him in man coverage. You would have had this single high safety responsible for the entire width of the field. And again, you would have had these 2 linebackers combo covering the running back. Whichever one doesn't pick him up in man is going to drop middle of the field. So where the Falcons started running into some issues, we'll first see that this linebacker playing safety number 20 is going to get confused on whether or not he should follow Amon-Ra St. Brown back over, or he should stay sitting in this zone. Now again, since they're in man coverage, his responsibility would have been to track him back here into the flats. Now, showing where they got messed up on the other side of the field, this corner here would have been responsible for Samuel Porter, who again is running the 15-yard over route, which again you guys see is going to kill Atlanta because this corner did not pick up the right man. And this safety here, who again was walked down in the box, would have been responsible for this 2-yard OTB route. However, he starts to think that he's responsible to pick up the flat route from Amon-Ra St. Brown, and that is essentially what's going to kill the play. Now, on the top side, the safety was also out of position once the play got rolling because he came up to help on this deep over route here after having eyes in the backfield, seeing the play action. So you're going to see him step up a little bit before and then essentially try to speed turn and get back on this over route. But it's going to be too late to do that, as you will see in a second. So running that back from the beginning, gonna get the trade motion from Amon-Ra St. Brown, end up in a twin set. Safety's gonna follow him over one more time. Man, 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 and man. Now, here is where things get messed up, because as you can see, number 20 does not follow his assignment. Amon-Ra St. Brown to the flat. This corner here fails to run with the tight end downfield, and this safety fails to commit to his assignment here. What they thought they were supposed to do was pick up this over here, and he thought he was going to pick up this route going deep with the safety being over the top. But once again, this corner should have ran back, this safety would have came up, and this safety should have kept his eyes out of the backfield as a whole, worried about this over route, which essentially allowed this route to slip right in behind his back. Right there you can see eyes in the backfield killed him. They get caught up, slips right behind him. Free safety gets caught trying to come up, and your porter slips right behind him. Now, two big things that we'll notice on this play was a lack of communication and confusion in man coverage. So I did play corner in college for 2 years, and one thing that our corners coach always stressed to us was that communication is big in man coverage. So you have to know what man has who's going to trade on what side, are we going to combo cover, things like that. So at the highest level of football, where you're not communicating who has who in man coverage, you're going to get results like this where coverage looks busted and you have a man running wide open because they failed to communicate which man was going to guard who. So thank y'all again for tuning in to Darrian's Corner Man, and I will see y'all again next week.